So having grown up in the United States, being very proud of my country, knowing how much good we've done around the world overall, not that the United States is perfect, a lot of people with what's going on that have the ability to are considering leaving. And one of the things that they're concerned about is healthcare in other places and just kind of pulling off that Band-Aid and just setting sail. I know that we all fear the unknown to some degree, and the quality of our life is directly reflective of how willing we are to embrace the unknown, whether that's starting a new business, whether that's going up to a new person that you want to meet, whether that's learning something new that you're not sure that you can do. So just to be able to leap out of the nest and know that your wings will appear, and even if they don't, you're living your life to their fullest ability and you're trying things, you are so far beyond the average person that stays immersed in the same 9-to-5 job, barely scraping by, eating TV dinners and watching TV when he returns home from his job. And just to discuss briefly, because I was discussing this with my friend Nick earlier today, the healthcare around the world. I've been living in Thailand, I've lived in the Czech Republic, I've lived in Canada, I've experienced the healthcare system in all three places. The healthcare in other locales is not necessarily as perfect at the height of what might be offered at Stanford University, at Harvard Medical School, at the Mayo Clinic, but the care is actually pretty good in places like Thailand. Just to give you an example, and the cost savings that you can have. My daughter was born, and on New Year's Eve, she had to have an emergency surgery to save her, and then she spent three weeks in the NICU. And so I ask you, how much you think that would cost in America? And by the way, she survived. And yes, she did develop sepsis while in the NICU. And every day we went in there, we feared that she might not be in her place where she was wired up with, all sorts of tubes, and, she was being fed through tubes and everything. It was really heartbreaking. But, she did make it through. And the care was incredible and excellent. And it was 24 hours around the clock. And I agree, because I discussed this with Nick, and we both said it would cost about $100,000 plus at minimum in the United States. The total bill, and I grant you this is the cheaper area of Thailand, the northern part of Thailand, the total bill was $7,700. That included the surgery. So I just want to bring that up because in the United States, we would be spending as a family over $1,000 on healthcare insurance this wouldn't even have covered the copay. So you would still pay more than this if this tragedy had taken place in the United States. But elsewhere, the cost of labor is far cheaper, and you're taking advantage of the US dollar. And I just want to assure you guys that are contemplating making this leap, making this jump, that the healthcare elsewhere is good. The healthcare in the Czech Republic is pretty good and is still far cheaper than the United States. Granted, a lot of the good doctors there go to Germany because they get paid far more in Germany, because as a former Eastern Bloc country, the economics haven't caught up. You are basically arbitraging your ability to use the American dollar by moving overseas and leveraging that in terms of its buying power. So you work in America, you save your money in America, and then you save it elsewhere. In terms of the healthcare system, just go ahead and rip off that Band-Aid, because unless you're like 85 years old and you're scared every day that you get up that you're going to, meet your end, and you want to be around a good healthcare system, I understand that. But if you're on the younger side, then go ahead and embrace the unknown and go for it, and know that you're going to be saving a lot of money just on healthcare. Even if you use the medical system in a lot of these places, it's still going to be far cheaper than what you're paying in the United States just for the right to have insurance, to go spend extra money to meet your copay at the various hospitals that exist in the US and elsewhere. So hope that gives you some encouragement to move out of your comfort zone and a little bit more about the healthcare system elsewhere. Peace and blessings, everybody. If you're new, subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that thumb up button, like this video so that it gets shared out on YouTube and other people might benefit from this if you think it might help them. Peace out.